tap through the app, make her clap it, don't cap it, she tapping it fast. I think that you know they be catching it. Standing 6 feet up, casting a shadow. What niggas that talk like they bad it, they know that we got it. They talk far from actual. I make the way so tsunami, I dare you to paddle it.
Okay guys, so here is the Zero, which is a 100% electric motorcycle. This is one of the test drive motorcycles, the exact same model that I was able to test drive this weekend. It's a great bike, 100% electric. A little weird not having a clutch, but has plenty of torque. The Zero Super Sport. They said that this is one of the fastest ones. Nice pretty little bike. It says 140 pounds of torque when it's in sport mode, so we're going to find out what that feels like. Let me know when you're ready. So weird riding a bike that you can't hear. You know, the one thing that I did realize about this motorcycle is that the power that this motorcycle could put out was instantaneous. So if you're into electric motors or electric vehicles, this motorcycle does really well and picks up really fast. If you guys do have any questions about my ride on this motorcycle or how it performed or questions at all, please leave them in the comment section below and I'll try to answer everybody's questions as quickly as I can and with as much detail as I can. One thing I did not notice this entire time was I was supposed to start out in the eco mode, and I was in like the trail or some other mode that was similar to the sport mode. So we actually were planning to come to a stop and change it to sport and see how the bike felt in the sport mode, and yeah, I was already there.
This is where you can switch modes.
So sport?
Canyon or sport, either one.
I think it was in Canyon.
Oh, was it? Oh,
I don't think we put it back.
Ah, well, shoot. You know what?
Well then, sport will be fine. So during this demo, as you can see, he was kind of putting it to the coals. He was putting full throttle in there just to allow me to see what the increase of, or rate of increase of speed would be at speed, trying to speed up. If you're trying to pass somebody or whatever it is that you're trying to do in the riding, he was just showing me like, hey, this is how it's going to be. This is how fast you're going to be able to speed up. And to my surprise, even at 55, 60 miles an hour, it can get up to 80, 90 miles an hour pretty damn fast. So really impressive, actually. It's funny, at the beginning of this test ride, he was explaining to me how much torque these bikes had, and he was trying to explain how fast they pick up, and I had to let him know. I was like, hey, I used to ride a 2021 or 2020 R1, so, I am very well versed in the ability of these bikes. Even though the EV or the electric vehicle is a little bit different as far as torque and how power is delivered and everything else, but it's still belt driven. It still has a final drive, and this bike is fast. It's not, I don't think it's as fast as my R1, but it's a nice bike. So I wanted to mention the riding style of this motorcycle. It doesn't have you in a tucked position. It has you in a very upright, very comfortable position, similar to the FZ09 or the MT09, MT07, the Yamaha line of vehicles. And it's actually really comfortable for somebody my size. I'm 230 pounds and 6 feet tall, so you know, when I get onto a motorcycle, it's got to be at least a certain size. It's got to be comfortable to ride, obviously, and I didn't have any problems riding this motorcycle. So that is one bit of information I would like to put in there. The mileage or the range that this thing gets, I don't think is 100% accurate, especially if you're in the sport mode and you're really gunning it. You're definitely going to have a shortened amount of longevity or distance that you're going to be able to ride between charges. So for the $22,000 or $17,000, whatever the range was, they're not cheap, and in that range, I don't think I would go with a bike like this that I can instantly, or they can't instantly recharge, or the shortest charge time was like 2 hours and the standard charge time was 8 hours. So I really didn't think that this bike would be all that great for somebody who wants to ride up in the mountains or go for like a whole day or something. It's not really going to do you any good, but it's a great commuter. But still, price point $22,000 for a motorcycle that you can hopefully ride in the rain, and all the maintenance and everything else would probably be low. I don't know. One thing that was disturbing that they said was, after about 5 years, these things become kind of a paperweight, because as the technology gets better, they no longer produce some of these parts. So the batteries and everything else, they no longer are used. So they don't really have any way to retrofit new batteries into the old bikes. So that's one thing to take into consideration. But okay, guys, back to the video. You have the top speed 124 miles an hour. I think I got up to maybe like 90, just above 90. Definitely has the torque, and charge time, not really sure. These numbers are kind of quoted. The guy from the manufacturer couldn't really give me a really good answer as far as these numbers, if they're very specific, because obviously the battery depletes depending on how you use it. The other bike that I test rode this weekend was the Harley-Davidson Nightster. But we will be covering the Harley-Davidson Nightster in my next video, so I would recommend to like this video, subscribe, ring the bell notification so that you are notified when I do post that video, and leave a comment. I don't get a lot of comments on this channel, so I'd like to hear what you guys think about the videos and see what you guys, what's going on in your world and what's in your mind. But anyways, hopefully you guys have a good one, and we will see you in the next video.
Trying to cut my mama fortress. Pop my pull up in a Porsche. I used to be quiet, was timid. They used to catch me skipping courses. Now they snapping portrait. Hard head but never forced it. I got a pin it shine like it's supposed to. The way I deliver they pros to. My neck got a compass to know where we going. It sound like I'm stepping